So, the topic for today is going to be, you ready for this? Sodom and Gomorrah. Most of you all have probably heard the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, I'm going to assume. It's a pretty typical story about, well, basically, a big, fat, moralist party. It's just a big, fat, moralist party. Everybody's sleeping with everybody. Everybody's drinking alcohol. Everybody's just killing each other. It's just like, moralist party. So the other day, I was reading about Sodom and Gomorrah, and it was really starting to implode my mind how ludicrous that story is. It is absolutely the most crazy story. It should be a Hollywood production. And Will Ferrell should star as Lot. I would watch that movie. I would do it. So basically, and you guys know Abraham, the Father Abraham, and many sons and Father Abraham. Okay, so you probably know that song. So Abraham was actually Lot's uncle. And so they're up there on this mountain, and Abraham's like, okay, here's this land. Do you like this land, or do you like this land? Because their servants were fighting, and they weren't getting along, so they had to move, and they had to split up. So Lot was like, okay, well, I take this land, because this land is all pretty and everything, and it's already inhabited. There's cities and stuff, which was Sodom and Gomorrah. And so Abraham goes and lives off in the desert, and Lot goes and lives off that way. And so they split paths, and Lot gets into some trouble because Sodom and Gomorrah is disgusting. It's a disaster, and everybody's raping everybody, and it's just like, oh. Abraham asks God to spare the entire city for the sake of Lot and his family. Let's just let that sink in for a little bit. So God's like, oh, fine. He sends these two angels to the city. So here we go. This is where it gets interesting. Lot's sitting there next to the fountain or whatever. And Lot, he's a righteous person. He's not into all this moralist stuff. And so he takes him into his house. Next thing you know, the word has spread that these two really hot angels are living in Lot's house. So everybody's like, oh, hey, let's just go rape them. Next thing he knows, hundreds and hundreds of people from all over the city are at his front door trying to bust it down and get in and rape his guests. It's crazy! And I thought that having guests over was bad because my dad always wants to know who they like. So in order to stay alive and to, not be raped by these people, the angels strike the whole entire crowd with blindness. So they're all like, ooh. And so with them being struck by blindness, Lot is actually able to go into the city, and it's nighttime now. He actually goes and he warns his two daughters' fiancés. He's like, yo, guys, we gotta get out of this place. It's going up in flames. Fiancés say, no way. We're not leaving this place. You're crazy. You're insane. What are you talking about? The place is going up in flames. Lot goes back to the house, and now it's probably more like 3 a.m., and all the people, are still around the house trying to get in, and they can't figure out how to do it, because they're all blind as crap, and they can't see their own nose on the end of their own faces. So they all go to sleep, and the angels wake them up really, really early. So now I would imagine it's more like 6 a.m. And they're like, okay, we gotta get out of this place. It's gonna blow. So Lot's like, okay. So he gets out of bed, he rounds up his two daughters and his wife, and their dog, Joey or whatever, I don't know. They probably rape him too. Anyways, they all get together, and they're getting dressed and everything, and just kind of taking their own sweet time. The angels are like, let's go! And so Lot's like, okay. And so he starts to hurry up a little bit more, and the angels are just like, screw this. So they grab Lot, they grab his two daughters, and they grab the wife, and they start running. They run out of the city as fast as they possibly can. And once they're out of the city, they start heading for the mountains. And Lot's like, no, I don't want to go to the mountains. I'll die there. I'm not a mountain person. I don't know how to make fires. I don't know how to kill game. I need a city. And there was this little city off a ways, and so they were like, just go there. So the angels were just like, run for your lives, and don't look back. Once they get out of the range of the city, they hear all these explosions and everything, and lava starts raining from the sky and falling into the city. But they aren't allowed to look back. Crap! Where's the popcorn? But the wife was a little bit disobedient, so she kind of looked behind her. Yeah, she turned into a salted statue. But you know what? Lot ended up leaving the city and going to the mountains anyways. So this is the best part of the story. Lot goes to the mountains with his 2 daughters, right? And his daughters are just a mess, right? Because all their friends just got killed in a lava storm. So their fiancés are dead, right? So they're like, well, what are we going to do? They're like, oh, I know! Let's get Dad drunk and sleep with him! What a brilliant idea! Why didn't I think of that before? And then they go and the girl, the oldest one, sleeps with him. And so that morning, he wakes up. He was so drunk, he doesn't even remember what the heck's happening. He's like, ugh. And then the younger daughter sleeps with him, and then she's pregnant too. They're both pregnant. And the father, Lot, has absolutely no idea. The wife's dead. The city is in ruins. Everybody's dead. No. That's the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, can you sit down and just process this? Just like process it. I can just imagine the diary entry that he put for that day. Dear diary, starting over because my old diary was lost in the magma. Barely escaped from hundreds of men and women ages 10 to 90 trying to climb through my windows and rape my house guests. Wife turned into salted statue, rained lava and brimstone, now about to escape the mountains and get raped by my daughters. Peace out. That would make a good Hollywood movie. Now you see why I'm saying that. And I think it would be good if Will Ferrell starred as Lot. Because Lot was kind of a nuthead. In case you didn't catch on to that part. Wow, I just got a text from my friend, and she is an idiot. Why am I friends with her again? I don't know why I'm friends with her.